Once you understand how to make a GET request and get all the data from the database, let me show you how to make a POST request and add data inside this database. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just create here another method. So here I'm going to say POST, and I'm going to just make a POST request. Now here I'm going to say route.post. I'm going to call a method POST, and in the single argument I'm going to specify / and then specify the path. So here I'm going to say accounts, and as a second argument I'm going to specify the arrow function with request and response parameter. Inside this POST request, I'm going to get the data from the user and add that data inside this accounts variable. So what I'm going to do is, here I'm going to say constant incoming account is equal to request.body. So I'm going to just get the data from the user using request.body, store it inside this variable, and just out of that, here I'm going to say accounts.push. So using this push method, I'm going to push this data inside these accounts. So here I'm going to say incoming account. So I'm going to just push this data inside this accounts variable. And just out of that, down here I'm going to say response.json and return the updated account. Save the changes, back to the Postman, and here you can notice I have the URL, but at this time I'm going to make a POST request. So here I'm going to select POST. Just out of that, as you know, I'm going to just say here request.body, and this is a type of POST request. So you need to pass some data when you make this request. So I'm going to just back to the Postman, and here in the body I'm going to select the xwww form URL encoded, and I'm going to just pass the formatted data with this request. So I'm going to specify here key. As you know, we have this data, so I'm going to just specify the key ID, and I want to add the ID 6. So here I'm going to say ID 6. Then I'm going to just specify here username is going to be daily tuition. Then I'm going to specify email. Email is going to be example@gmail.com, and then specify gender. Gender is going to be male, and status is going to be inactive. I'm going to pass this data with this POST request. Without this testing tool, you have to create a form with 4 input HTML elements, and using that you need to make a POST request on this URL. But using this tool, it's super easy to make a POST request. I'm going to specify this data to this body variable, and then I'm going to get that data and push that data inside this account variable and just return as a response. So I'm going to just back to my Postman and click on this send button. You can notice when I scroll down, oops, I think I misspelled something. Yeah, right here. I just forgot to serialize this data. So I'm going to just open my terminal and open a new tab, and here I'm going to say npm install and install the body parser module. The body parser module allows us to pass the data inside a body. Just clear the screen, close this terminal, and here up here I'm going to say constant body parser is equal to require, and inside it I'm going to call the body parser module. And just down here I'm going to say app.use to use this middleware. So here I'm going to say body parser dot URL encoded, and in the curly braces I'm going to say extended false. Open the terminal, and here I'm going to say npm start to restart the server. Back to the Postman tool and make a POST request. So here I'm going to select POST, and using this account URL I'm going to make a POST request. So when I click on the send, as you can notice when I scroll down, I have the ID 6 with my data. So what I did here, I'm going to just pass here body parser module and pass all that data inside this body property. I'm going to get all that data and push that data inside this account variable. And when I make a POST request, it's going to return all that data with this updated data. So as you can see, you successfully created a POST request in Postman. Now just out of that, what if you want to get the user data depending on the user ID? So for example, I want to request the data of the second user with the ID 2. Then how can I do it? I want to filter that data and return as a response. So using GET request, I can do that very easily. Let me show you how to do it. So for example, I want to get the data of ID 2. So here, down here I'm going to say route.get. I'm going to make a GET request and specify single quote / accounts. And just for that, I'm going to specify / ID. As you can notice, I just created a variable ID. So when I make a request, I'm going to pass value to this variable. Just for that, I'm going to specify comma here and create a callback function with request and response parameter. And inside these curly braces, inside this get request, I'm going to just return the requested user data. I'm going to say here constant account ID. I'm going to create a constant variable and specify a class number to convert a string into number. Just for that, I'm going to say here request dot params dot ID. You can notice here how I access this property. The simplest way to grab a parameter is by putting it in your route with a colon in front of it. To grab the value, you can look inside a param property of request. So you can notice here inside this param, I have this ID. When you take a look at this param property, then this will just return this ID key. So I'm going to just access this ID key from this param property. Now, just for that, down here, I'm going to say constant get account is equal to, and then I'm going to say accounts, and then I'm going to say here find. I'm going to call a JavaScript method find to find a specific object. And as a first argument, I'm going to specify a callback function. So here in the parentheses, I'm going to specify account. Then I'm going to specify here arrow. And here I'm going to say account dot ID is equal to account ID. So if this account ID is equal to this account ID, I'm going to just return that data to this get account variable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the data from this database and compare the ID with this ID. So if there is a match, it will just going to return that data to this get account variable. And just for that, I'm going to get that data and return it. So what I'm going to do is down here, I'm going to say if in the parentheses, if I don't have that data, I'm going to say response dot status. Status is going to be 500, specify dot here and call another method. So here I'm going to say send and specify account not found. You can notice here I just call the chain method. I just use here chaining. I use here a same object to call two methods at the same time. Just down here, just out of this if statement, here I'm going to say else, and inside this else, here I'm going to say response.json, and inside this JSON, I'm going to specify curly braces to create an object and say user data, specify colon, and in the array, I'm going to say get account, just like this. I want to create an object, so I'm going to just put that inside this array, inside this object. So I'm going to put that inside this. And now let me just make a get request. But at this time, I want to get the data of this third person. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just first uncheck this body and back to the params. I'm going to first select the request. So here I'm going to select the request get and specify the value to the parameter. As I said earlier, this is a type of variable, or you can say a parameter. When you make a request, you need to pass value to this parameter. Here I'm going to specify / and specify 3. I want to get the data of this third person. So I'm going to specify here 3 and click on this send button. When I click on the send button, you can notice I'm going to have the data of the third person. So this will just easily filter all the data from your database and return the result what you want. As you can notice, you created a parameter in routing. If you want, you can create multiple parameters as well. For example, if you want to create here a username, you can specify here / username. So when you make a request on this URL, you need to pass here two parameters, ID and username. Now, once you understand how to work with routing parameters, let me show you how to work with put and delete HTTP methods. So next, we're going to understand how to work with put and delete HTTP method.